there was a disconnect somewhere in regards to, I think, like emotional vulnerability and also like just like Riz, you know? Like, I don't think we really even got one compliment.
All right, guys, gotta talk about this interesting story from another singles dating event gone wrong. Okay, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Okay, the more information or more research that I do, okay, the more that I find. Truly fascinating. Okay, we have Muslim women, okay, struggling to find men. Okay, it's not just Christian women, okay, women that collect rocks, grand rising queens. Nah, Muslim women as well are struggling to find men, and they're posting their L's on TikTok. Take a look.
Not me being back at my singles event. All right, shout out to the girls that remember me going to singles events in New York and Philly, but today we're in London. Me and my friends are here for a girls trip, and tonight we're going to the singles event hosted by Nikah Noir. It's only for Black Muslims, and I'm very excited. Here's the fit. Very autumnal. I have my Converses because, hello, just from Shop Fatima Alu. This hijab is from Vella, and this bag is from Shein. I'm so excited. I am gonna give you guys updates when I get back on how everything goes. Inshallah, it's amazing. We just got back from the event, and I just want to give y'all my thoughts really quick. The positives I will say is that I feel like UK men are more lively. Like, I feel like they were willing to like laugh and talk and like open up in a certain type of way. However, I also feel like there was a disconnect somewhere in regards to, I think, like emotional vulnerability and also like just like Riz, you know? Like, I don't think we really even got one compliment. And as Muslims, it's really hard to know if the conversation you're having is friendly or you're talking to me because you're interested. A lot of the men are cool. Not saying that we're going to be friends, but you know, we don't really talk to men often. So sometimes you just like find yourself in these really interesting conversations, but that doesn't mean it's like romantic. And I feel like that could just be really frustrating to navigate and to be around, because like you would just want somebody to show interest past just a conversation, and there wasn't really none of that. And I think I just expected more, because coming from New York, men are very obvious when they're interested in you. But I guess it just goes to show that all over the world, like, men are really suffering from this performance of like being cool. And it's funny because we're in this like hyper toxic masculinity epidemic, but men are not assertive where they need to be. Like, I feel like you need to be very upfront, very forward if you're interested in someone, but there wasn't really none of that. The organizers themselves did amazing with the event. We had like games, we had speed dating, and they made sure to have a certain amount of male tickets and female tickets, so it wasn't going to be more women than men. And it was only one person who didn't show up. It was small, it was intimate, the food was good, the conversation was flowing, and I look cute. So mashallah, I'm really excited for the rest of my time in London.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, she's basically blaming toxic masculinity in regards to why she's single. It sounds like they're respecting her as an individual. Okay, they're not acting extra thirsty when it comes to the singles dating event. They're seeing if their moral compasses align, who you are as an individual, so on and so forth. Okay, so the fact that they're not pushing up on you and acting extra thirsty. Okay, I mean, this is the first time that they're meeting you, right? Like, what were you expecting? I'm just saying. So it's truly fascinating that these types of modern women throw out the term toxic masculinity when in reality they don't even know what the words and terms definitions mean, right? If you ask 10 different women what misogyny means, you're probably gonna get 10 different answers. And this is why it's so confusing to some guys, because what applies to guy A is different from guy B. Okay, there's no sort of standard, okay, across the board when it comes to how women interact with every guy.
Asking shall receive. This is what the setup of the speed dating event looked like. Honestly, it was pretty chaotic, and they ended up switching to like this more open mingling session pretty quickly. There was food and drink. It was really cool. Here is our review.
We've officially finished our 12 hours. Just kidding. Probably like 6 hours. 7 or 8 hours.
9 hours, honestly.
9 hours of including prep and speed dating and talking to people. How are we feeling?
I am feeling single.
Okay, single. One.
I am feeling violated.
I beg your pardon?
Ooh, that's not what I was hoping for. Okay, we're gonna strike that from the record. I'm a little optimistic.
Okay, optimism is good.
How are you
I
doing?
am like, okay, there are men out there. There's just not the men that I want out there.
The male species exists.
Yeah. there are Muslim men in the world, and yet again, there are not the Muslim men to the standard that I want. So
There were some normal ones.
there were a couple of them, which is nice, and
Yeah.
gives us hope. So here we are.
Massimo, man.
I don't know. Here we are.
Oh my god, he was so hot.
Okay, mashallah.
Sorry.
That's it, and we're done.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so this is proof that, you know, hey, it doesn't matter what group or community that these modern women are from. Okay, once they take on the ideology of the Western mindset, yeah, they have the same talking points, right? They have the same talking points, right? I've even seen some passport bros say, hey, if you meet a good woman overseas, don't bring her back to the West. Okay, don't bring her back, okay? Because she might be compromised when it comes to the Westernized mindset. And I find it quite disturbing that she's using the word violated. How do you feel violated? I mean, you volunteered to go to the singles dating event. Okay, so the fact that she used the word violated, now that could be satire, that could be one big joke, but yeah, to use that word is definitely questionable.
Okay, last point, and honestly guys, I'm happy to like share my dating marriage journey with you lot. Like, I actually don't care, because clearly when a Muslim woman says that they want to date and they want to get married, it's like they expect, you know, them to be wifed up like that. It's hard out here. Okay, so I'm happy to share it, but I just want to get straight. Yeah, when I say dating, nothing untoward is happening. I'm literally just meeting these men, and again, I'm talking like I've met loads of men. I really haven't. It's been really hard, and I find the apps so overwhelming, and it's actually really boring to talk to men. And when I compare the romance that I have in my female friendships compared to like what I've experienced talking to men, I'm genuinely like, I'm good, love. But yeah, what was I saying? Point is, I'm happy to share. And I feel like I've gotten to the point where even on TikTok, I'm going to be like, hey guys, hey, I'm a 28-year-old. I am from Bangladesh, but I live in London, and I'm a creative. I make content, but I'm really just trying to be married so that I can be a wife and a mother and clean and cook and have a part-time job where I don't have to think about money. If anyone knows anybody who's like a man who's a practicing Muslim, who is taller than 5'11", please, who takes care of themselves, hygiene, body-wise, fashion, who is like, knows their deen but isn't mad stush, like, bring him to my DMs. But yeah, I've had a couple of journeys. If you want to hear about them, I'll tell you, and I'll say it as like a sister, just so you lot are aware, and at least someone can laugh at my pain. Okay, but until then, I hope you've enjoyed these tales, and love you. Goodbye.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, she wants a man that's over 5'11", and listen, okay, you know, hey, that's her preferences. Ultimately, can you get it? Can you attract it? Can you obtain it? Can you retain it? Okay, I'm just saying, right? And if you can, okay, more power to you. But 9 out of 10 times, okay, these modern women that have the Western boss babe mindset, okay, the mindset of take me for, you know, as I am, don't need to work on myself, put the work in, work on my personality, my attitude, my fitness, so on and so forth. Yeah. The women that are just basically saying, hey, take me for who I am. Okay, I'm just going to pop in and out of these single dating events and pick a high value, high productive, high capable man from the tree. Okay, yeah, he's just going to fall right into my lap and I don't need to do any work. Yeah, those types of modern women, okay, 9 out of 10 times usually remain single. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, the women that are actually putting in the work, that are curious as to what men want, are going to be the ones that are winning.